Good evening, Phil Lecter here with Business Matters, and I am excited to have with us today Martha Adair. And Martha, thank you so much for being with us this afternoon and sharing with us your incredible wisdoms on business. And as everybody knows, this show is designed to talk to professional leaders who make a difference. And Martha has such an incredible story. And Martha, I won't take any of that thunder from you. I'd love for you to share a little bit about what got you into business and what have some of the successes been that you've experienced and why they've been so successful for you.
The way I got into the business was that the man whom I married already had his license as a funeral director and embalmer. And I met him, and about 3 weeks later he left for service. And
Oh, wow.
It was 3.5 years later that I connected again with him. So to make a long story short, then we were married, and he worked for another wonderful firm in Tucson, Arizona. And in fact, for about 10, 12, 14 years. And then we decided that it was time for Tucson to have another funeral home. And everybody said we had selected a site that if we did go there, we would never make a success because we were too far out of town.
Oh, son of a gun. So, but you did it anyway.
We did it anyway.
And obviously now that you have 5 homes throughout Tucson, and you have a thriving funeral services business. And what would you say has been the key to success of being in business for 50 plus years?
I really haven't given this thought, but as it goes through my mind, there would be so many things that are involved. We're kind of unique. My husband and I had 4 children, and they were or are still all involved in the funeral home.
Great.
Either in the pre-arrangement or being licensed funeral directors and embalmers.
So it's truly a family business.
It's truly a family business. And now I have a granddaughter and a grandson, which I'm very proud to say that I'm proud of all my 10 grandchildren, which 9 of them have degrees from colleges.
Wonderful.
And so, but I'm very proud to have a 3rd generation coming in.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. And I can only imagine that having a family business, and I've worked with my mother on for many years, and we've done many businesses together, can have its ups and downs. But what would you say is the secret to being able to keep the family connected through that process?
Well, I've been asked that a number of times, excuse me, but I've always laughed. I said I always walked a tightrope, but we're a loving family and we have great respect for each other. So we've never had any real problems, and we just all work together and work for the same reason. They're all very compassionate, and I feel that and our staff too, are there to help the families at a time of need.
I tell you, the need of values in today's business is so critically important. Right. And you know, to your point, I mean, the respect level of anybody within inside of your business, whether it's family or employees, and you know, as you viewers are out there building your business, it's so critical that you establish those values and you live up to them. I mean, you know, as we've heard from Martha today, talking about how even though you walk a tightrope sometimes and you have to stay connected, and you may have family, and having as many family members as you do, you've really allowed, you know, I mean, you've obviously allowed them to be who they are, but at the end of the day, the values of compassion and the desire to make a difference has really been one of those major keys to success.
I might add, my husband died 42 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
And in fact, it'll be 42 years tomorrow.
Wow.
Since he passed away.
Oh.
And but we just, the family and I stuck it out and said, you know, we can do this. And I always laughed. I said, no one told us we couldn't do it. So,
That's exactly right. Well, I just want to say thank you for being on the show today and sharing your power, your determination, and your compassion with this community. It is so sorely needed in today's business environment, and thank you so much for being a part of that. And I want to thank our viewers for being part of this evening's show. We will see you next time on Business Matters.